Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is my first discussion, and it's going to be a little bit different because today I'm not doing it alone and I have two very special guests. As you can tell by the title below, we're going to be talking about love and relationship and etc. So I'm going to start off with an introduction. What's your name?
Anna.
Simo.
And I'm Leslie. Okay, so anyways, I'm single. Anna is
Harry.
Simo is
Engaged.
Show your rings. I don't have no ring. Okay. So if you hear noise in the background, it's Anna's husband. He's supposed to be in the room, but I don't know why he's standing there. So the first question we have down is for Anna.
Thank you, baby.
It's for you, Anna. How long have you been married?
5 years, going on 6.
Damn. Wow.
You a big girl. You a big girl.
Is she a big girl now? What are we?
We little girls.
All right, and Simo, how long have you been?
8 months going on 9.
I'm over her.
And I've been single for, I think, 2 years. So holla at me.
I'll have to do investigation, okay?
What investigation?
You said holla at you. We can't be having nobody hollowing.
Halloween.
Hey, the whole world gonna know I'm stupid.
As you can see, Anna's married, I'm single, and Simo's engaged. Anyways, so for Anna, what do you like about being single?
Hey.
What do you like about being married? Where's her notes?
I mean, I like the fact that I can just be myself around my husband. He's my best friend, so yeah.
That was beautiful.
Are you about to cry?
No.
Oh.
You.
Oh, what do I like about being engaged? I think I like the commitment that I saw he made, because it's like I see that he chose me to be his, like,
Out of all people.
don't hate, he chose me to be like the one that he sees his future with. So it's like it makes me feel special, you know, and like it's a big step for somebody, like, you know, for a guy to commit to one girl. So it makes me feel special, and that's what I like about being engaged, because I'm like no, she's ugly.
Very.
But I'm engaged.
Ooh.
Okay, next
So
question.
yeah, what I like about being single, peace of mind. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, I've been in that situation where, like, I've been in a relationship and I'm concerned about the other person out of love, but now that I'm single, I'm focused on me because I love myself. So just a peace of mind. So we're gonna talk about some topics. So the first discussion is I did like an Instagram poll just to like ask some questions, and some people voted. So I'm just gonna talk about them publicly with my girls because, you know, single, engaged, so you have 3 different opinions.
Single, engaged.
Single, engaged, and married.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Anyway, so the first question was, what's the craziest things you've done for love? I'll go first. It's not nothing serious, but I stopped eating McDonald's. And if you know me, I love McDonald's and I grew up on McDonald's.
The craziest thing I did for love was in my past relationship, right? There was like this, no, it wasn't even a relationship, but there was this guy that I was like really attracted to, right? But he was really into the word of God, right?
Why is that funny?
So no, it's not funny.
I
but
don't know what you did.
If y'all know me, I'm not antichrist, you know what I mean? Like, but it was like he wanted me to be up there with him, so I was fasted. Y'all know I love food.
That's what I'm saying.
I was fasting for like 12 hours, and like I wouldn't fully do it, which I know is bad. Like, I'll have snacks, but I'll tell him I'm fasting. And like I was
12 hours?
Yo,
So what were you fasting for?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh, small gas.
Yeah, and like I was like joining prayer lines and stuff like that, and like being part of topics. And
so okay, what makes that crazy though?
Because I didn't do that before, and it wasn't me, because I was faking it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it wasn't something that I was doing it myself. So it's like, it was something when I stopped.
When you were with the person who's doing
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
that's like me not eating McDonald's anymore.
right. So you eat McDonald's now?
No, I can't eat it.
Why? Because you have stopped.
Because I stopped. And it's funny because like I used to eat McDonald's a lot. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's just like a relation to like when you're with somebody, you kind of do what they do.
Right.
Type of thing.
So
I ate it one time and I got so sick.
But I mean, from that, the good things that, like, you know, obviously I picked up good things from it, because obviously because I fasted, and you know, but it put me out of my comfort zone, because you know, you were doing it to please that person and kind of be something that you're not. So that was a crazy, because I was never doing that.
That is crazy. Actually, that's Jimmy.
It was like hailing really, really bad. Like, I kid you not, it was like this big, and it was like hitting my face like pop, pop, pop.
So
and I'm no, like, and I'm like standing outside, knocking on his door. He's not opening. I'm knocking on his window, and I'm like, "Can you please open?" He's like, "No." "Can you please?" And I'm like, "It hurts. It hurts." Things you do for love. Like, I stood out there all cold, and I was trying to be cute, not wearing my jacket. I was all cold.
I cannot do. That one too is Jimmy. What was you cold?
No, because I thought I was gonna be like, okay, I just go up there and knock on the door. He's gonna open the door. Nah,
Like,
he's
like
so
in the
stubborn.
And he did you like the movie?
So did you ever get in?
Yeah, bro, I was standing there for 5 minutes though.
Oh my goodness, 5 minutes.
All right, at least
Inhale though, that's long.
2 minutes.
You made it seem like you was there for 1 hour.
Nigga, if the shit was hitting you, the way it was.
And it doesn't hail that much in Ohio, so that's
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I got in, I opened the door, I'm like, I'm so cold. He was like, oh, yes, mom.
All right, so the next question is there a difference between being in love and just loving somebody? So is there a difference between being in love and just loving someone? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that there's really a big difference.
So do I.
And I believe that when you're in love, you're pretty much in the honeymoon stage. You know what I mean? So you're blind to the person's bad habits. But then when you love somebody, you see them for who they are, and it's either you cope with those issues or you make suggestions. Like, for example, you know how you love your brother, right? Mm-hmm. So when he does something that you see isn't good, you're quick to correct his error. Mm-hmm. Or even for your husband, you love your husband, mm-hmm. so you see a future, you see long term. So when he's doing something that you know is not good, you're quick to be like, oh, I think maybe this and this. But when you're in love with somebody, because it's temporary, everything that they do, you kind of don't see it as bad. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay because you're in love and you're enjoying that moment, that you're changing yourself to cope around that person. But when you love somebody and when you truly love them, you find that balance to make it work for the both of y'all, because you see that long-termness.
I like that.
I don't.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't. I think, well, I mean, that's probably her perspective. Well, it is her perspective, but I think when you're in, like, you're in love with your husband, she's basically saying, like, you're not in love with him, you love him. When you're in love is a honeymoon stage. I have to disagree. I feel like when you're in the honeymoon stage, you're just in love. You just love.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
When you talk to somebody for the first time and you start to catch feelings, and like you start to love the person. I think when you're in love, now you're in this relationship, like you're deep in it. So every thought that you make, like, okay, for you, for example, when you make a decision, it's not, if I say, Anna, like, let's go out to eat tomorrow, you'd be like, okay, I have to talk to my husband about it, because you're in a situation. It's not
right. So you're in love.
Yeah, but you said when you just love somebody.
No, but that's loving. So that's what I'm saying. When you love somebody, when you love your husband, that's long. But when that's what I'm saying, the honeymoon stage, when you're getting to know somebody, right? You're you're being in love. It's temporary. Like it's a new relationship. You're talking to that person, you're getting to know them.
Like lust.
Yeah, it's lust. So
That wasn't the question though.
That's not love then.
It's not love. It's not.
the
But
point.
that's not the question though. The question is there a difference between being in love and just loving somebody?
Right.
Because
so,
there is a difference between love and lust. I think people confuse that a lot.
Right,
But you
so-
could love somebody, like you could be in a relationship and love somebody, but you don't see a future with them. And I feel like because you don't see a future with them, you're not in love with them.
No, you
when you're in love with somebody, you
see
actually
everything.
it's not about you anymore. It's about you and the person. You see what I'm saying? But then
so then what's loving somebody then? Because
loving somebody is loving somebody.
Like
you care about the person.
You can love Leslie.
You love your brother,
For-
but you're not in
for some
love with your
reason.
brother to the point that like you can't, like you getting married, he has to follow you, type of thing. Does that make sense? Type of thing.
I get your point, but
But I'm not, it's not a debate. Like I see what you, I'm not. I disagree with you because I don't understand it that way. Maybe I would one day. Maybe I won't. But I think being in love is just pursuing another future with somebody. Because like you guys, are
right. So
two
being
people, but
in
it's really
love
one.
is temporary.
No. I think it's infinity. You're in it.
You are in love.
You're
But
in
then
the marriage.
loving somebody is infinity too.
So okay, loving somebody and being in love comes together. Because okay, before you guys got married, right?
So then you're saying
Before
that there is no difference then, because you're saying it comes
No,
together.
there's a difference. But in order to be in love with somebody, you have to love the person. But there's also a difference because you can love somebody and not be in love with them.
You can love them for like a certain reason.
Exactly.
You know.
But you can't see yourself with the
With
person.
them, yeah.
So you're not in
So,
love.
As time goes,
If you-
someone
yeah.
might fall in love.
Think about
I get you.
think about your exes. You're not in love with them. You had love for them, but you're
certain
not in
But
love.
then was that love though?
I mean, it's up to you
So
to
then,
decide.
right? So then, what is love? Because that's what I'm saying.
Love is like
When you love somebody, when you deeply love somebody, that's what I'm saying. When you see those things where you can go, like, I love my husband, I love my brother. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, whatever sacrifices that you make. But when you're in love with somebody, right? Obviously, that's what I'm saying. It's like a new relationship. Because obviously, Anna loves you. Even in the beginning where she was in, like, it's something that it's long term. So that's what I was saying. Like, but I feel like,
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying, but I think the terminology that you're using is off.
Yeah.
Like saying that it's temporary. Like
Okay.
you can't say you're gonna get married and you're just gonna be in love. In order to be in love with somebody, you have to love them first. I can't just meet you, have feelings for you, and I really, really like you, and just say I'm in love with you.
okay, but even for, let's use Anna and Lucci for example, right? They have kids. Let's say, God forbid, something happens and they get divorced, right? Anna's always going to love Lucci because at the end of the day, that's still the father of her kids. So even if she marries somebody else, she's still going to have, even if like love for
There's a love
her ex.
there.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's a love there because she saw that where she loved that person. You see what I'm trying to say? Like
everybody's different because some people don't have that type of situation.
Right.
Why are we even gonna get in a divorce? God forbid. Like what led to that divorce?
right, but then even there's always a up and down to something. But regardless of, let's say, because of the bad, y'all couldn't be together, there's still good qualities that you had, but just at that moment, y'all both couldn't. You see what I'm saying?
so that time she would love me for who I am, but not in love with me.
Right, so she would still
Right.
love you. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But she wouldn't
yo,
be
y'all saying
in love
the
with
same
you.
thing, but
Yeah, I think it's
Just a different
I think it's just understanding is different. Is anyways, this is not on like the list, but then I have another question. So, do you believe in love at first sight? I think it's possible.
It
Love at
happens.
first sight.
It's crazy.
Love
I
at
don't know.
first sight.
No.
I don't
think
know.
I don't know.
I think it happens more for guys.
No,
'cause-
you know what it is? I don't think it's like love like that.
It's
but
lust.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I know a guy can see a girl and be like, oh my God, I see myself with her.
Right.
Or you just wanna,
Right.
No, I think
Smash.
I think people have actually like I have never experienced that, but I think people actually say it was love at first sight.
No, I feel like it's more.
And because there's marriages that work, and they say, like Steve Harvey, like he saw his wife, and he was like, "That's gonna be my wife," and they're happily
But
married.
that's lust, though. It's not love at first.
Right,
sight.
which
Like when he
grew-
saw her,
which
it was
grew
lust.
into-
She was beautiful to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Lust
Yeah.
and love is like very close. Like
You know?
just
So it's
Because,
like them
when we
saying
see, when
it.
we see a cute guy, we're like, oh my goodness, you know?
Right.
But that doesn't mean
That
you
is
love
lust.
him. Or it is
That is-
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
That is lust.
You know. So when when he saw her, he was like, "Damn, I can see her being my wife."
And he fought like, and obviously as they started building the stages, and he was like, wow, like I need to make her mine and wife her up. But like, let's say when he's seeing her at first, and if they would have taken steps and there were some bad qualities, I bet you he would have moved on to another chick.
Of course.
Yeah. So it is lust.
Yeah.
So it just sounds more believable because they're in love now. So.
So that's when you be like, oh, when I seen you, it was love at first. Like,
it just sounds cute.
Yeah, it sounds cute.
I mean,
I'm a liar. Smash.
Okay, so how long would you wait for a proposal?
I don't know.
Okay, so like I said, these questions, I asked these questions on my Instagram poll, and people voted. And when I checked like the votes, older people, like people that like maybe like our age or like a little bit mature, they said, so my question was 8 months or 8 years.
8 years.
8 years or 8 months or 8 years. And like mature people, no shade to nobody, but like older people
said 8 months.
8
right?
months. And like the younger people or people that have been in a relationship for like 4 years or like prior to said 8 years.
No.
So I feel like for me, I feel like it depends on the person's situation and their age. Because at this age, back then, I feel like maybe if it was like 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh, I could wait 8 years because I had that time. But now as I've been experienced, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want.
And you're getting older.
So yeah, so I already know like if somebody's disqualified
right,
or not.
right. And if you want to move on to things, because I feel like when you're older, you know what you want, and already you're established in yourself. So whenever somebody comes along, it's not like you know, when the younger crowd, they gotta be like, oh, I gotta wait, I gotta finish school, I gotta do this.
Yeah,
so that's
where I got it from.
The time that they have. But when you're grown, you have nothing to wait for. That's why some people, they see each other, they date for like a month and they get married because they know what they want. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
they are either they both got houses, they're paying. You see, so it's like
people that are established and like, let's just do this.
Exactly. So it's like, why wait? If I like where things are going good, you know what I mean?
Okay, so how long? The question is, how long would you wait for a proposal?
I mean, 8 months is okay.
Well, okay.
I feel like it just depends on, like what you were saying. It just depends on the both of you. You know, like is he ready? Am I ready?
Right.
You know, if we're both ready, then why not?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter
how many. It can be a month, 2.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So I feel like with that, it just depends on the person.
But a month dating the person?
But you don't know, like who was saying, like, what if I have my stuff situated, I have everything that I need? What if he has everything that he needs? So it's not like I'm waiting for me to be like, oh, I'm trying to get my school done first, I'm trying to get a car, you know. If I have all of that, I have my degree, I have a car, I have a house, he has the same.
Right, and then
we understand each other.
Y'all talk all the time. It's like there's an understanding, there's a connection.
Communication is good.
Right,
a month is too soon, but I would say months. I wouldn't know how many, like I can't say like 10, 11, 12, but I do know that months is okay. It just depends on the person. If you guys understand each other, if you guys are able to, you know, work things out when you guys are in a difficult situation, then I feel like, why not?
Right, like what's the point?
know?
Why wait? Because that's my thing. Why would, like, I personally wouldn't. I know there are some people who have been in relationships for a long time before they get married. I don't have that time to spare. Like,
but the age, remember?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so even for example, like with me and Sam, when we started dating, we gave it, like in the beginning we were like, okay, what's our 5-year goal? You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I was like, in 5 years, I see myself doing this, this, and this, and this. He saw himself in 5 years doing this, this, and this, and this. We got to the 3rd, 4th year. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if I would have got into the 5th year, and if we were still dating.
In the same position?
And if we were still in the same position where we're still dating, I feel like I've been with you for 5 years. What, you know what I mean? Like, I've grown, I've gotten all this. Why are we still dating? That means that you're not ready and maybe I am. So I'm wasting my time, you know what I mean? Because at that point, I'm not getting any younger. So I need to just move on to somebody because I don't have that time to wait. You see what I'm saying? So I let him know that in the beginning. because I obviously want something that's long term. So if we would have hit that 5-year mark, and if we would have still been dating,
yeah, it would be questionable now.
Exactly.
So we have 2 more questions, and the next question is, how do you feel about long distance relationship / marriage?
I don't. Nope.
Wait, for marriage or long relationship?
Marriage.
Okay, how do you feel about long distance relationship? And then you
I
can talk
don't
about
know.
marriage.
I don't like both. Because honestly speaking, I think it just depends on the person. Like, I'm a touchy person. So imagine being in a relationship with my boyfriend and not being able to like see him physically, touch him physically. Like, all that will mess me up and I can't do it. Marriage, come on. Once you're married, if your husband is going to the trash can, you're going to the trash can with him. You know, if he's going to the pool, you're going to the pool with him. I'm not saying you have to follow him everywhere he goes, but as a married couple, you guys are supposed to stay together. You guys made a commitment to be together. So I don't agree with long distance relationship, and I do not agree with long distance marriage. What's the point of you guys getting married then? If you guys are gonna stay, you might as well just be single. One is staying over here, one staying over here. What, meet once a month to have sex? Meet once a month to have dinner? No.
So to counteract with my con, I'm pro long distance. Obviously, my fiance doesn't live here. We dated 3 years long distance. It was my first long distance relationship. So if you ask me today, would I do it again? I wouldn't. If me and my man don't work out, if you're out of state, don't come look my way. But I just feel like, and I understand why some people will be con to it, but because it is hard and it takes a lot of trust and communication. And when the person is out of state, you don't know what they're doing. Their word is bond. So what made it work for me was we just talked all the time, and we just made sure that our communication was the core center of the relationship, because it made us feel comfortable with one another, you know, FaceTime, always on the phone. Like, so that's what made it work for me, where, because I mean, I have been in relationships here where the person lived here, but I still didn't see them like everyday type of basis. So that's why a long distance, and we will visit each other, you know what I mean? So it's not like we went the whole 3 years without seeing one another. And also FaceTime helps. I was able to see him. But let's say if we were to go with just talking on the phone for the whole 3 years, then obviously you will feel some type of way. But we travel to see each other and stuff like that. So those are just things that it worked for me, because I feel like maybe you might not find somebody where you're at. And me, I'm the type of person, I feel like if I did find somebody that was here, it'd be a and I don't like that. Like, I want to be able to miss you, because then when I get to see you, we have that connection, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like long distance relationship tests you all around, and it makes you more vulnerable, but I feel like you learn more about yourself because it makes you patient and it makes you learn so much more. But I wouldn't do it again.
What about long distance marriage?
Long distance marriage too. That's what I'm saying. Like, since I've been in a long distance relationship, if me and Sam get married right now, and let's say if something happened where if he was to move somewhere, obviously I would want to go because I would want to close that gap. But I understand that certain circumstances happen where both of you guys decide, hey, maybe it's better for you to stay back and hold the fort. So it's just a communication type of thing, and it's temporary, you know what I mean? But if it was something that was like, let's say, I'm gonna be long term, like I'm gonna be in Ghana forever, and then you be in the States forever, then no, I'm gonna come with you, because I'd rather make that, we're married. It's a vow that y'all made together, which I understand. But there's sometimes circumstances that happen that is not in your control. So sometimes you will have to make that sacrifice, and you can't say, oh, I made a vow, so Chinchina, I'm following you. You go to China, I'm going to China with you. Maybe it wasn't, God didn't intend, like right? Maybe God didn't intend for you to go to China. Maybe you're supposed to stay for a year and be the breadwinner, and when your mans get back, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it.
How I feel about a long distance relationship, I feel like it could be complicated.
It is.
Yeah, I think personally, long distance relationship is a commitment. Because once you're in it, then for you to even say you want to be in a long distance relationship, I feel like it's already set. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I'm gonna be in a long distance relationship, then it's going to work
because you're putting in more effort and more work. Like, you're putting your all into it.
Yeah. So I think long distance relationship is a big commitment. You have to want to do it instead of like feeling like you have to do it, type of thing. Because there's no point of wasting your time, to be honest. Long distance marriage, to be honest, people do it. I don't know how, but God forbid that won't be my portion. But long distance marriage, I don't see how people do it. I don't get it. But then again, like you said, there are circumstances and somebody may have to sacrifice. But then it's not just about sacrifice. There could be something maybe you can't go to China and your husband has to go to China. Maybe you can't go to
that. Even with that, no, Carano, you will go to China with the person, but maybe things might not go right at that moment. You know, that's when you be like, okay, maybe it's not best for me to be here. Do you get what I'm saying? Because just because the person went to China, you be like, oh no, I have to stay here. No. What if you do go to China with the person and then things don't work out? Then that's when you guys both decide and be like, okay, well, things are not working out here. How about you go and I stay? You know what I'm saying? It's you just don't say, well, right now, okay, perfect example.
I feel
Let's say someone gets deported, right? And now this moment, it's not forever. Like, maybe something happened with your case where they have to go to Ghana, right? Now, at that moment, you guys will talk about it like, okay, let's just all go and let's try to figure something out.
So that's a sacrifice.
Exactly. So once you guys go there and you see like things are getting worse or things needs to be done, that's when you guys come together and be like, okay, I think you need to go back. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, so when the thing happened here, you can't be like, okay, no, you go to Ghana and I'll stay here. Exactly.
We going together.
And then when that's how you find out, like, okay, maybe it's not meant for me to be here. So let me go ahead and go here, and then you go here, and then we'll try that
That's a
out.
true test of marriage.
Right, but I feel like in that point, right, if you're married, I feel like, and if you decide to make that move, let's say your husband gets deported, right? Y'all both go to Ghana. You see that maybe it's not working for the both of y'all. It's a marriage. You can't say, oh, I'm gonna let my husband struggle, but then that's why y'all should have talked about the plans in the beginning. Right now, you sit down, you're like, okay, this is a situation. Maybe we need to work on the case or something, blase, blase, blah. We got to get lawyers involved, whatever. If he's going to be there for 2 years, maybe at that point, y'all discuss. That's why a marriage is communication. If y'all talk about it and you say, oh, it's best that you go. I will stay here and work and try to figure this out for us. And then 2 years he comes back. But I feel like if y'all both go, and if it's not working out, y'all, it's a vow for both of you. Stick it out.
That's basically what she said, yeah.
No, but she's saying, then don't talk about it and say, oh, because it's not working out, I'm coming back. It's a marriage.
No.
But everybody's situation is different.
What I'm saying is that, because you made a comment like, oh, let's say the person's getting deported, and we'll talk about it right here and there. Like, oh, you go and I'll stay and work. What I'm saying is that it's best for both to go first.
Because eventually the person has to get deported, so let's go together.
See that?
Right, and I'm saying once y'all get deported, because she's saying if you get deported and y'all go to Ghana, right, and the living situation isn't good for the both of y'all, and one person, and one person has to come back, right, because the living situation isn't good. For a marriage, there's struggles and there's obstacles. At that point, since y'all both been committed to each other, and if y'all both go, I feel like I will struggle with you there. I will make ends meet if I've already come there. Like, that's what I'm like. As a marriage,
I understand that part, but if it's something that you guys are both agreeing on, Not because say, oh, this person is struggling, so I'm just about to come back and make money and help the person. No, if your husband is saying like, no, I think you should go because of A, B, C, D, then you can't be like, and then you think it's right, then yeah, you will.
And that's what I'm
back.
saying. Then y'all could have had that conversation, because you know he's gonna get
Yeah.
deported. You could have had that conversation before, and
But
that's
you know,
saving money.
sometimes- I understand that, but sometimes nothing. You don't know until you're in that situation.
Every situation is different,
And-
but
right,
then
and
you
that's-
are talking about sacrifice
Because I
right
feel like-
there.
right, I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
struggle
you're-
with you.
You see what I'm saying? Because if we were married,
It's kind of
made
like when
that
you say if your husband goes to the trash, you
you
go
go into the trash with him. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
him
If
getting
it's
deported, I was going with him.
right,
But my thing is, if worse comes to worse, and we both figure it and cool, yeah. Just because he's struggling doesn't mean that we have to struggle together. No, if there's a chance for me to do something, of course we're gonna.
and you're gonna figure it out while you're in Ghana, correct?
Exactly.
Right,
But
that's
why,
what I'm saying.
Why just try to take a step ahead if if you're not gonna be in the situation together? I feel like you're leaping, like you're just trying to take a big jump. Instead of doing that, you guys go together. Because what if Moko Ghana together? You guys are living the life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you have to test it out before you even try to make plans. That's what I'm saying. Because once you guys go into this situation, that's when you guys come together and then work together. Because believe it or not, let's say something like that happened. He's in Ghana and you guys already made the plan. Said, oh, I'm gonna sit here and make money, and then we're gonna try to figure things. Do you know the struggle and the arguments and like it ain't cool yet? Because at the end of the day, you guys are apart. One is frustrated, one is frustrated, you know? So he's probably thinking like, okay, we are doing too much. You're thinking like, man, I thought we agreed on doing this and that together so I can bring you back. To him, he might not see it that way. Even though he agreed to it, people's mind change all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So it's best we go in together. We both will struggle. If we're both struggling, it's going to come up. We're humans. It's going to come to a point where one of us is going to say, okay, it's time for one of us to go.
So
Quitting your job too.
I get you. Yeah.
Leaving your house behind.
I guess it
It's
just all
always
comes
good to
down
always
to
do it together,
but
and
my
then at
but
the
my
end,
thing
find
is
a solution.
I just for long distance marriages, it's not that. I feel like people don't intentionally.
It's not intentional.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
some people have kids in a situation
Yes.
too.
So
you know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like for long you'll make it work, but if there are some people that they just be, then that I don't know how they do it. You
And
know
then
what
I feel like most long distance relationships more like our parents, you know, the olden, because once they never had that love, they never had that affection. So
They're
to
cool
them,
with
it's
it.
more about money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some mom can go and do living for
Right,
3-4 months without seeing their husband,
other partner.
and they're okay
Yes,
with it, and even
yeah.
the husband is okay with it, because at the end of the day, he knows that the wife is bringing money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get
They
you.
forget about affection.
I get you.
And she's okay with that too. So, but our generation, we're like, oh nah,
right.
you down deep, I'm
down deep with you.
You know,
we ride or dies.
Dang, y'all just damn. I guess long distance is a no-no. Well, I mean, for you it's a yes because you did it, but it wasn't easy.
It was an easy, child.
You said you won't do it again, but would you do it again with Sam?
Oh yeah.
But in your next life, no. All right. The last question is: should you have the password to Bae's phone?
Yes. Fingerprint, face recognition, everything.
I feel like, I feel like the password thing. It's not even like, I feel like this generation is so consumed with why you in my business, why you in my privacy. I mean, I feel like from my experience, it wasn't like I need to have the password to your phone. It was kind of like, if I want to go through his phone, I was just going through his phone because I just want to be on it.
Exactly.
I was like, I knew the password, not because I needed to know or I needed to check him. It was just because I could pick up his phone and it'd be okay. You know what I'm saying? Whereas some people, it's like they're so consumed with when we're together, I still have my privacy and you have your privacy. You don't need the password to my phone. but
that's not being in a relationship.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's not even trusting the person.
Exactly. So it builds some type of, I think that's why a lot of relationships don't last.
Anytime your phone vibrates and you pick it up, I'm like,
exactly. I feel like it shouldn't be about like, I need the password to your phone. It should be like, I already know your phone.
Right.
You could go to the bathroom and your phone could be by me. Like, it should, I don't know. It's not that deep.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like
but it's become deep.
You should have it, and not even in that sense like, oh, I need to be checking up on you, but just, I mean, I get bored. Maybe I'm tired of going through my Instagram, so you got a different feed. You know what I mean? It's just,
and that is true. Like, cause sometimes, like, my Facebook is all about my high school friends. Lucci's Facebook is different. You know, most videos that I view, Lucci doesn't view. I'll send it to him. He send it to me. So it's like, I have his password. He has my password, right? There are times, but you guys know I'm nosy as hell. So
same here.
So like, there are times where I'll just pick up his phone and I'll just go through it. But he's not used to me doing that. So when I do that, he like, what are you doing? You know? Because he know, he like, what's that for? Does that make sense? So I don't know. I don't know. It's a natural thing for me because I could just pick up his phone and just go through it. But it's not because I'm looking for something, because I'm nosy.
True. No, I get you. Me, I'm nosy too.
Because he has like that group chat. All that stuff.
Right. So that's me too.
I'm just trying to read their group chat.
And be nosy.
Girl, don't do it.
And just be nosy. So, I mean, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. That's the end of our video. We might just do a part 2, depending on this married lady and her kids. And this one that's planning a wedding. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And you'll see us again. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You just said on his saliva.
This sounds alright, quick.
Yeah, kono da 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 na na da 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 na da.
It's dead, so I'm gonna like
The blacker the berry, how does shit go?
The darker the berry, the juicier the juice.
The sweeter the juice.
I was gonna say the juicy the pussy. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Right?
Did you mascara her?
Well, we'll grab a countdown per
I said you would have put concealer. She said, what that mean?
You didn't go. You didn't.
My forehead is big. Make sure they will look at
It's recording, guys. Did we finish the first topic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the proposal part. All right. Simo, you done? Yes.
Look at us there.
When you're pregnant, you're gonna get breasts.
I can't wait.
It's mama.